Now, millions of Americans are looking skywards for what's set to be the most watched total eclipse of the sun ever. Totality, as it's known, is sweeping from America's west coast to the east coast for the first time in almost 100 years, drawing huge crowds along the way. Well, this is what people can see right now in Casper in Wyoming, with the total eclipse just a few minutes away. And our science correspondent Alok Jha is with the crowds as they prepare for that very big moment. Alok.
Well, it won't be. It's just a few moments now before the valley behind me, Casper, is plunged into complete darkness as the moon covers the sun. Tens of thousands of people have gathered in this city alone, and across the US it's expected that tens of millions of people will see totality with their own eyes. As the sun rose over Casper this morning, the crowds were already gathering, all vying for the best view of today's total solar eclipse.
I saw a total eclipse when I was 10. And now my son's 10 and seeing one with him, so it's pretty cool.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We're very excited.
This city in the high plains of the American West has almost doubled in size as visitors flock to where astronomers have said will be the best place in the US to see today's eclipse. The locals have each been marking the occasion in their own particular way.
Nothing ever happens here, and so we got something cool happening, so gotta make it a memory, make it history.
For British eclipse chaser Chris, who's seen totality in places from Java to Mexico, this will be his 17th eclipse.
It's an exhilaration. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. As the totality approaches, the air cools, animals start to behave strangely, birds looking to roost, all sorts of strange things happen. So it's a whole experience. It's an overload of the senses. I've seen people crying. I've seen people forget how to use their cameras.
A special visitor to Casper today is the Apollo astronaut, who is the last man to step on the moon.
So I had an eclipse every 2 hours while I was in orbit around the moon. And those were quite spectacular as well, as you might imagine. Here on Earth, of course, you get the full obscuration of the sun by the moon, and it offers an opportunity not only for some spectacular sights and views, but scientists have used that obscuration in order to study certain aspects of the moon and certain aspects of the sun.
For scientists, enthusiasts, citizens, and everyone else who's come to see this spectacular celestial show, there's only a few more seconds to wait for the great American eclipse.
So it's a rather wobbly shot, but we just have a couple of seconds before totality, and that's when, and there it is, that is when the moon is precisely in front of the sun. Alok, what are you seeing there? What does it feel like?
Well, just a few seconds ago, the shadow of the moon raced down this valley and we were plunged into darkness. You can hear the crowd going wild behind me. There's whooping, there's cheering, there's hugging. The temperature has dropped. It's much, much colder than it is now. The stars have come out in the sky. You can see the winter stars, the planets, Jupiter and Venus have come out. And you can now look at the sun completely with your naked eyes. You can't do that any other time, and what you'll see is the corona, the sun's atmosphere, shooting off in different directions, sort of bluey white colour, and this is something that scientists are probably studying right now as this eclipse is happening. It's this beautiful thing you can't see any other time. This eclipse is going to carry on for another 2 or so minutes, and then you'll see the diamond ring. That's the first pinprick of sunlight coming at the circumference of the sun, and then the moon will pass on, and the eclipse itself will carry on across the states. The US won't see another eclipse like this for another 30 years, so this is an incredibly rare, special moment.
Alok, can I just ask you, they say that the birds stop singing and the flowers close. It really is an extraordinary event, isn't it?
Well, the birds do stop tweeting, and sometimes animals decide that they want to go to sleep because they think it's nighttime, but you can't blame them. And so the fact is that all these strange things happen. I mean, even for the rest of us, you can see, people react very strangely too.
All right. Alok, thank you very much indeed. Fascinating. You should be able to see a partial eclipse in some parts of the UK. To find out where and when, go to our website at itv.com/news. Meanwhile, back down to earth, still to come on the ITV Evening News.